So if you've already sunk $1,000 into the first Epix Gen 2, now known as the Epix Standard, why on earth would you want to sink another $1,000 into getting the Epix Pro? Because if you look at the stats, if you look at the changes, there's not much on the Epix Pro that makes it that much different than the original Epix Gen 2. It has a new heart rate monitor, but I didn't really have any problems with the existing heart rate monitor. The Epix Pro also offers ECG, but as a hiker, it doesn't really matter to me. The Epix Pro also includes the flashlight that the Fenix had for a while. So the question is, do I want to pay $1,000 to basically get the same watch as my original Epix Gen 2 with a flashlight? And obviously the answer is no to that. But one of the interesting things is that the Epix Pro comes in 3 sizes now, which is the way the Fenix worked before. The 3 sizes have different battery lives. And let's look at the Epix Standard, which is the Epix Gen 2. It's 47 millimeters. That has 16 days of regular use and 20 hours of multi-band tracking. And it's actually the exact same as the Pro 47. So the Pro 47, 16 days, 20 hours of multi-band tracking, but you get the flashlight. But if you look, when you step up to the 51 millimeter size, there are massive changes. It's almost double the battery life of the 47. Not much bigger, but double the battery life. Not only that, but if you compare it to the Fenix 7 Pro Solar Edition, Sapphire Solar Edition, and you take the solar out of it, it beats the battery life of the Fenix. And the Fenix has a much inferior transflective MIP screen that doesn't even come close to what the AMOLED screen on the Epix and the Epix Pro looks like. So when I saw I could get Fenix type battery life with an AMOLED screen on an Epix, I said, all right, I'm going to bite the bullet and give this a try. So I've been using the Epix Pro 51 millimeter every day as a sleep tracker, activity tracker. I've hiked hundreds and hundreds of miles in it. And here's what I learned. Number one, the battery is the star on this thing. It's getting me Fenix-like battery, just like we looked at in the specs, and it really does work. I'm getting about 30 days in normal watch mode, and I'm getting about 35 hours of activity tracking with multi-GNSS and multi-band on, which is the most precise way to track. So for me, that is incredible. It effectively means I charge it maybe once a week, and that includes a very long hike, at least once a week, exercising every day, maybe multiple times a day doing activity tracking. So that has been incredible. And maybe more interestingly with the battery, it charges about twice as quick as my Epix Standard. So if I charge it for about an hour, I can get it up to about 75% of a charge, which lasts for, weeks. And if I let it go down and I run it out by mistake because of my own negligence, I can get it up to 10% of a charge in 10 minutes. So if I'm on the trail and it dies, I just hook this up to my battery charger. In 10 minutes, I can finish my hike or trip or whatever I need to do. So that has been incredible. The other thing is the flashlights. Now, it's helpful. It's definitely helpful. It's a little bit of a gimmick because normally if I'm hiking at night, I have my headlamp and I'm not going to rely on this. I found myself relying on this when I go, when I'm trying to find the bathroom in a hotel, things like that. Just little conveniences. It's better having it than not having it, but it's not something I would pay $1,000 for on a watch. I haven't noticed any difference in the heart rate performance. And if I wear these things side by side, they come back with the same heart rate most of the time. So that's not a big deal. And otherwise, this is the same as my Garmin Epix, which has been great. As a hiker and someone who goes in the outdoors, the Epix and even the Fenix, all these watches are incredible. They have all the maps with trails loaded on there. All the navigation tools are built into the watch. So if you need to do emergency navigation to a hospital or something, you can do that on your watch. And for me, the way I use it most of the time is I will plan a course beforehand and I will sync it to the watch. You can even send things over directly from all trails onto the watch. And then I will navigate with that on the trail. I'll use this to see whether I'm on the trail or not. If I get to a junction and I'm not sure, I can look at the watch and see which way my course is supposed to go. I can put course points in here. And overall, just having this on allows me to make navigation choices without having to pull my phone out or a GPS or a map, unless I really need to get some context for the area. Just knowing whether I'm in the right place, this does a great job for it. So the question is, should you upgrade to the Epix Pro if you have an Epix Standard? I think if you're happy with the battery life on the Epix Standard, you don't need to upgrade to the Epix Pro. It's really the same thing with a bigger battery, but if you do want that battery, I think it makes a lot of sense. Or if you just want the latest and greatest, you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell my Epix Standard on eBay and offset the costs of this new one, so I have the latest and greatest. So the more interesting question, I think, comes if you have a Garmin Fenix. Now, if you have a Garmin Fenix 7X, the large one, and you don't care about solar, the battery is pretty much the same on this. The difference being the screen is much better on these AMOLED screens. It's got a higher pixel count and it's got a higher number of colors on here. So you can really see the maps better, and there's more detail on the maps that you do see at the same screen size and zoom level. If you want a better experience navigating and you have a Fenix and you want to not charge it for weeks, I think you could do that with the Epix Pro 51mm, and I would definitely recommend it. So there it is. If you have any questions about this, or if you want to see me do another video or a how-to video or whatever, just leave it in the comments. I will do my best to answer. Also worth noting, this is not sponsored in any way. Garmin didn't send me a free tester. They don't send me anything or really interact with me at all. So this is entirely funded by myself and by supporters like you. So thank you for helping me out. And if you're going to buy one of these or buy anything, please use my links underneath on Amazon or REI to buy whatever you need, and I'll get a little percentage of that. It doesn't cost you anything extra and helps me do these independent reviews where I can pretty much say whatever I want without having to run it by Garmin or whoever. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you out on the trails.